impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. A slipper made of glass is just a shoe. And dreamers never make a dream come true. Impossible.
Quiet now. Here comes the prince.
Have any of you seen Lady Gwendolen? Wouldn't you tell me where to find her?
What do you think, Mother?
It's certainly not the sort of thing you see every day.
I saw it first. How do you think it looks on me, Mother? Awful. I didn't ask you.
How can a mother choose between two such extraordinary daughters?
Cinderella. Cinderella?
Yes.
What do you think? Does it look better on me? Nope. Or me?
Oh. Well, I don't know much about hats, but I don't think it flatters either one of you.
What did you ask her for? She doesn't know anything about hats. She said so herself. Give it to me! It's mine! Mother!
What are words compared to the joy of holding you in my arms again? Be my bride, Lady Gwendolen, and I will pledge to you my love for all eternity.
The sweetest sounds I'll ever hear are still inside my head. The kindest words I'll ever know are waiting to be said. The most entrancing sight of all is yet for me to see, and the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me, is waiting somewhere for me.
Cinderella!
Have you ever seen such a lazy girl in your life? Who are you calling lazy? Not you, stupid Cinderella. Who are you calling stupid?
The sweetest sounds I'll ever hear are still inside my head. The kindest words I'll ever know are waiting to be said. The most entrancing sight of all is yet for me to see, and the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me, is waiting somewhere for me. The sweetest sounds I'll ever hear
are still inside my head. The kindest words
I'll ever know are waiting to be said. The most entrancing sight of all is yet for me to see, and the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me, is waiting somewhere.
Are you all right, miss?
Yes, I'm fine, I think.
Here you go.
Just like those royals, isn't it? Not caring if they're in anybody's way.
Well, I'm sure they were going somewhere very important.
I doubt it.
Thanks. Thanks for your help.
Wait, what's your name?
Cinderella.
Beg your pardon?
Cinderella. I like to sit by the fire and the cinders fly and my face gets smudged.
Cinderella. I like it.
It grows on you, I guess. Excuse me.
Tell me, Cinderella, what would a man have to do to find himself in your good graces?
Who wants to know?
Let's just say a charming stranger.
This charming stranger seems pretty sure of himself. But he'd have to get to know me a lot better than some girl he just met on the street.
Oh, but he'd like to very much.
Oh my. I'm not sure I want to meet this stranger. I doubt if he has any idea how a girl should be treated.
Like a princess, I suppose.
No. Like a person with kindness and respect.
You're not like most girls, are you?
What do you mean?
Nothing. I didn't mean to offend you.
It's all right. It's just that I've led a pretty sheltered life.
So have I.
Really?
Every day, the same old routine.
Until you just want to run away
And never come back.
I thought I told you never to talk to strangers.
I'm so sorry, stepmother.
I hope I see you again, Cinderella.
Well, hurry up with those packages. What are you doing?
The most entrancing sight of all is yet for me to see.
And the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me, is waiting somewhere, somewhere for me.
Why the disguise again, Your Highness, after I beg you?
I had a wonderful time today, Lionel. No one treated me like a prince. What a relief to be among real people.
Yes, can I tell you something? Real people are not all they are cracked up to be, eh? Look at me. I am a real person. Does that tell you anything? Believe me, they are all out there wishing they could be you.
Because they have no idea what it's really like.
Help me out there. You are rich. You live in a gorgeous palace. You have beautiful women throwing themselves at your feet. Is there something I am not getting?
I have no life of my own. Everything's decided for me. Where I go, what I do, and who I see.
Your Highness, this disappearing thing has got to stop. It is too dangerous.
I was perfectly safe, Lionel.
I am not worried about you. I am worried about me. I cannot keep lying to your mother. They have laws against that. If he wants to kill me, why does he not trample me with his carriage and get it over with?
You wanted to see me, Mother?
Christopher, darling, where have you been? Your father and I were just talking about you.
Your mother was talking. I was listening.
All right, what's going on?
Just planning a little get-together, nothing fancy, just family. And a few close friends. And all the eligible young women in the kingdom.
Mother!
We're only talking maybe 400 or 500 at the most.
Mother, you can't keep doing this to me.
What? Max, what's he saying?
He's saying he doesn't want to have another ball.
No, he's not.
Here we go.
Max, my smelling salts. Max.
Chris, it's really very simple. All your mother and I want is for you to be happy.
Happiness has nothing to do with it. I mean, of course, we want you to be happy, but you do have certain obligations.
What your mother's trying to say is, we think it's time you chose a bride and produced an heir.
Someday soon, this entire kingdom will be yours.
Not that soon.
Look, all I'm asking is you let me choose a bride for myself, in my own way. And I guess I have this silly idea that I want to be in love when I get married. Like you were.
That's all we want for you too, son.
Yes, darling, but there's nothing saying you can't fall in love with a ball. It
You haven't
happens
heard a
all the
word I've
time.
said.
Now, I should go through the menus with him. Where's he going?
Could it have been something we said?
Lionel. Lionel.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Proclamation from the prince.
Excuse me, Your Majesty. I couldn't help overhearing, and I have to say, I don't think the prince sounded like...
Lionel, take this down. His Royal Highness, Christopher Rupert, Windermere Vladimir, Carl Alexander, Francois Reginald, Lancelot Herman.
Herman?
Herman. Gregory James, he'll thank us for it later, is giving a ball.
The prince is giving a ball. His Royal Highness, Christopher Rupert, son of Her Majesty, Queen Constantina, Charlotte Ermentrude, Guinevere Maisie.
Maisie?
Maisie? Marguerite Anne is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball.
They've spread the message far and wide. The prince is giving a ball. They say he wants to find a bride. He may find one at the ball.
Oh, if only he'd proposed to me. I wish that he'd proposed to me.
Just leave the hair and clothes to me.
The prince is giving a ball.
And now, if you please, the Grand Decree, some peau de soie with frills, a silky sateen, an aubergine, or red if someone spills. Now surely I'll need a side of ham and lots of beef fillets, some marbleized steaks, a rack of lamb, and veal you raised to braise. Limburger Swiss and gourmandise, cheddar Gruyere and blue, chunks of Swiss in barrels, please. Make sure that it's wholly. Puddings and pies and rum soufflés, succulent chocolate rounds, cream puffs they can chew away to gain some royal pounds. The prince is giving a ball. The prince is giving a ball. Children. orchids, 400 poppies, 600 roses, 800 lilies, Christopher Robert, 1,000 oranges, 2,000 plums, Windermere, Vladimir, Carl Alexander, raspberry, blueberry, strawberry, gooseberry, Francois, Reginald, Lancelot Herman, son of Her Majesty, Queen Constantina, chocolate and cheddar, and Charlotte and Maisie, son of his caviar, King Maximilian, Godfrey, Ladislaw, Leopold, Sydney. Is it giving a ball?
The prince is giving a ball.
Thank you.
Cinderella, the door.
Oh, right away.
Cinderella, my wrap.
Cinderella, my hat. Cinderella, my gloves.
Cinderella, have you dusted the rafters?
Not yet, stepmother. I've had a busy day.
You've had a busy day?
Yes, I've been in the village with you.
The impertinence. After your father died, everyone said I should have thrown you out into the street. Be a swan, Minerva, be a swan. But I kept you on here all these years, and this is the thanks that I get. Shoulders back, Calliope, back. I've always been told I've got too big a heart.
You've got too big a heart, Mother.
We'll take our tea upstairs. Come, girls. It's time to get our beauty rest. We want to be our best for the ball tomorrow night. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted.
I'm tired too, Mother.
You're tired.
Yes, I'm tired.
Stepmother,
What is it now?
I was wondering about the ball. All eligible women in the kingdom are invited.
And I suppose you think the prince is going to take one look at you and fall madly in love.
I didn't mean that.
Take my advice, Cinderella. Know your place and be satisfied with what you've got. I promise you. You'll be much happier.
Well, if my father were alive.
Well, he's not, is he?
He's alive in my heart.
Don't cling to the past, Cinderella. It's not very attractive.
Cinderella, hot water. Cinderella, warm milk. Cinderella?
Cinderella, hot water. Cinderella, warm milk. Cinderella, Cinderella. I'm as mild and as meek as a mouse. When I hear a command, I obey. But I know of a spot in my house where no one can stand in my way. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Egyptian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in my land. I'm an heiress who has always had her silk made. My own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl, men go mad for love's a game. I can play with a cool and confident kind of air. Just as long as I stay in my own I can be whatever I want to be. I'm a thief in Calcutta. I'm a queen in Peru. I'm a mermaid dancing upon the sea. I'm a huntress on an African safari. It's a dangerous type of sport, and yet it's fun. In the night I sally forth to seek my quarry, and I find I forgot to bring my gun. I am lost in the jungle all alone and unarmed when I meet a lioness in her lair. Then I'm glad to be back in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. Cinderella!
His Royal Highness Christopher Robert, son of Her Majesty.
Mother, listen to me. You've got to call this ball off immediately.
Not possible. It's difficult to cancel once you got the ball rolling. Besides, what would we tell everyone?
Tell everyone you went behind my back and you're very ashamed of yourselves.
Ashamed?
I've never had to be ashamed of anything my entire life. I'm certainly not going to start now.
You know, I probably should not interfere.
Probably.
But let's say the prince goes to the ball tonight.
Traitor.
I like the way that sounds.
Well, if he should find a bride, that's wonderful. But if he does not,
Lionel, you're brilliant. Mother, I'll go to the ball. But if I don't find her tonight, you'll let me fall in love my own way, with no interference, no matter how long it takes.
It does have the ring of fairness to it.
I suppose, if that's what you want, dear.
Thank you. I love you both very much.
don't worry, Your Majesties. He will meet someone tonight. I can feel it in my bones.
You'll feel it in your bones if he doesn't.
Mother! My girls are going to be the envy of everyone at the ball.
Do you really think so, Mother?
Stand still, Minerva. Our family has always been known for its fascinating women. Why, I might have married a prince myself if I had had the same opportunities that you the girls have had. If I had someone to push me the way you girls do. Someone to sacrifice for me. Mother, you're hurting me. Beauty knows no pain, girls. Now, let's go over this again. If I've done my job right, there's no reason on earth that the prince shouldn't pick one of you for his bride. Girls.
Well, first I flutter my eyelashes.
Excellent.
I'm going to start with a curtsy. Then I'm going to start with a curtsy, too. Then I get to flutter my eyelashes. Then I'm going to flutter my eyelashes, too.
Let's move on. Tell me what you're going to say to the prince, Minerva.
Well, you said to show him that there's more to me than mere beauty, so I thought I might recite a poem.
A poem?
What's wrong with that?
Whatever you do, girls, you mustn't let the prince know how clever you are. Men can't stand to be around smart women.
Yes, Mother.
And for heaven's sake, Minerva, stop scratching yourself!
I can't help it, Mother. You know how I get itchy when I'm nervous.
No! And what are you going to say, Calliope?
Well, Mother, I've been working on my naturally infectious laughter.
Excuse me?
Tonight, I'm going to laugh infectiously at all the prince's jokes.
I beg you, Calliope, whatever you do, try not to snort.
Yes, Mother.
And Minerva, you must try not to scratch. Remember, girls, we hide our flaws
Until after the wedding.
But shouldn't a man love you for who you are in spite of everything?
How quaint. Tell me, Cinderella, what would you say to capture the prince?
I don't know.
Of course you don't.
But whatever I'd say, we'd know in an instant that we were meant for each other. Then he'd smile and kiss my hand. That sounds so romantic.
Say it again, Cinderella.
Rubbish! This isn't about love. It's about marriage. Have I taught you girls nothing? Falling in love with love is falling for make-believe.
Falling in love with love is playing a fool. Caring too much is such a juvenile fancy. Learning to trust is just for children in school. I fell in love with love one night when the moon was full. I was unwise with eyes unable to see. I fell in love with love everlasting. But love fell out with me. Falling in love with love is falling for make-believe. Falling in love with love is playing the fool. Caring too much is such a juvenile fancy. Learning to trust is just for children in school. I fell in love with love one night when the moon was full. I was unwise with eyes unable to see. I fell in love with love everlasting. But love fell out with me.
Go to the ball? Me? Why would I want to go to the ball? I'd much rather sit here by the fire.
In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I am in the royal palace of all places. I am chatting with the prince and king and queen. And the color on my two stepsisters' faces is a queer sort of sour apple green. I am coy and flirtatious when alone with the prince.
Oh, Your Highness.
I'm the belle of the ball in my own little corner, all alone.
I wish I could go to the ball.
Folly-rollin', fiddly-dee, fiddly-faddly-fuddle. All the wishes in the world are poppycock and twaddle.
Who are you?
I'm your fairy godmother, honey.
You?
You got a problem with that? Because if you'd rather have some old lady in a tutu sprinkling fairy dust on your
Oh,
hair.
no. I'm sorry. I just never dreamed.
Folly-rollin', fiddly-dee, fiddly-faddly-foodle. All the dreamers in the world are dizzy in the noodle.
That's terrible.
You try coming up with a rhyme on the spot like that.
No. I mean what you said about dreamers. I mean, why shouldn't I dream?
I can see this is going to take a while. Aren't you going to invite me in?
Oh, forgive me. Of course I am.
Cinderella, over here. Is it just me, or is it freezing in here?
How'd you do that?
Practice.
I've always hoped that someone would come and take me away from here.
Cinderella, if you want to get out of here, you're going to have to do it yourself. The music's in you, deep down in your soul. When you find it, nothing will be able to keep you from walking out that door.
You don't know my stepmother.
You want to know what her problem is? She can't handle how fabulous you are.
Fabulous? Me?
Do you see anybody else in this room?
Those three are all I've got. Before my father died, I promised him that we'd stay together as a family.
Cinderella, this can't be what your daddy had in mind for you, baby.
I've dreamt about leaving so many times.
That's the problem with most people.
They dream about what they want to do instead of really doing it.
Oh, I wish that... But I guess wishing's no good either.
Everything starts with a wish.
You want to know what I was wishing before you came here tonight?
That one of those pumpkins in the yard would turn into a great big golden carriage and take you to the ball?
Guess I know what you're gonna say. Fodder-rollin' fiddly-dee.
Fiddly-faddly-foodle.
You're right. It's impossible.
Impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And 4 white mice will never be 4 white horses. Such folderol and fiddle-dee-dee of courses. Impossible. But the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these daft and dewy-eyed dopes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day.
Impossible.
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 Wait, if impossible things are happening every day, then why shouldn't I have impossible hopes and dreams? Even something as impossible as going to the ball.
Then go to the ball, Cinderella, go. No one's stopping you but you.
But I have no way to get there.
You have a point there.
Godmother, I've been wishing as hard as I can.
I know you have, Cinderella. Go on, stand over there. Go ahead. What's the matter with me? You think after 600 years? All right.
Oh my goodness.
We need some horses. Let me see.
They're so beautiful.
Don't you run away from me.
Just like in my dream.
We've got a coachman, we've got footmen, horses, carriage. Is there anything else I have forgotten? Spin around. Don't make me do all the work.
Thank you, Godmother. Thank you so much.
There's one tiny little thing before I forget. You must leave the ball before the clock strikes 12. It's very important.
Before 12?
Look, I don't make the rules. The magic only lasts till midnight. Come on, Cinderella, it's time to go.
To become a golden carriage is possible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage,
and for white mice are easily turned to horses. Such follow their all and fiddle-dee-dee of courses. Quite possible,
it's possible, for the world is full of zanies and fools
who don't believe in sensible rules
and won't believe what sensible people say.
And because these daft and do-it-I don'ts keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day.
So many beautiful girls. He'll find the one he's looking for tonight, I'm sure of it.
And if he doesn't?
This ball will never end.
I don't think we ordered enough food.
What?
I want to dance at him!
Look at his face. Is that a smile?
It's a wince.
Tiny little smile.
Wishful thinking.
Oy.
Pardon me. I'm sure you've noticed my two beautiful daughters.
Madam. Madam, for the last time, His Highness will dance with all the young ladies in due time. Please, try to exercise some restraint.
Naturally, any mother would be eager to see her daughters dance with the prince, but what I would like to know is who's going to have the honor of dancing with you?
Excuse me?
There's no need to be coy. Look at you, that manly physique, those handsome chiseled features, that wonderful full head of skin.
No touching, please.
Surely there's no need to pretend. I know that you felt that certain something between us.
You know, I honestly wish there was something between us.
Really?
Yes. A continent.
Do you have an itch?
No, Your Highness, why would you say that?
You just scratched yourself.
No, I didn't.
Just did it again.
I don't think so. Ships that pass in the night and speak to each other in passing
Excuse me.
on the ocean of life. It's poetry!
Oh.
Ships that pass in the night, that's you and me. On the ocean of life. Don't you get it?
Got it. Tell the orchestra to speed it up. Did I miss something? Well, your laughter is incessant.
No! But Your Highness is trained, amusant.
I don't think anyone's ever found me funnier.
Oh, but we were getting along so well. Hey, loosen up a little. Oh!
Faster, Lionel.
I think it's going awfully well, don't you?
Cinderella. All right, now you're on your own.
Aren't you coming with me?
I got you to the ball. The rest comes from you. Don't be afraid. Just remember, you gotta be out of there before the clock strikes 12.
How do you do, Your Highness?
Oh, is that charming girl?
No one seems to know. She is stunning, isn't she?
Like a vision. Why, if I were a young man, I'd...
Yes, dear?
Well, I'd be younger, wouldn't
Yes, dear.
Where on earth did she come from?
I've never seen her before.
There's something vaguely familiar about that girl.
You know, I have the funniest feeling I've met you somewhere before.
Well, I'm sure I would remember.
Was it last summer at the lake?
No, I can't swim.
Then it must have been this winter at the lodge.
Up in the mountains?
You go to the mountains too?
No, I just love looking at them. They're very beautiful.
You're very beautiful.
Everyone's staring at us.
Really? I'd forgotten there was anyone else here.
10 minutes ago I saw you. I looked up when you came through the door. My head started reeling, you gave me the feeling the room had no ceiling or floor. 10 minutes ago I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found her, she's an angel with the dust of the stars in her eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and she's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again.
10 minutes ago I met you, and we murmured our how do you do. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news.
I have found her.
I have found him. In the arms of my love I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again. beauty. Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a solid girl like me?
She's a frothy little bubble with a flimsy kind of charm, and with very little trouble, I could break her little arm.
Oh, why would a fellow want a girl like her? So obviously unusual. Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a usual girl like me? Her face is exquisite, I suppose, but no more exquisite than a rose is.
Her skin may be delicate and soft, but not any softer than a daisy's.
Her neck is no longer than a swan.
She's only as dainty as a daisy.
She's only as graceful as a bird.
So
why is a fellow going crazy? Oh, why would a fellow want a girl like her? A girl who's merely lovely. Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a girl who's merely me? She's a frothy little bubble with a frilly sort of air, and with very little trouble, I could pull out all her hair. Why would a fellow want a girl like her? A girl who's merely lovely. Why can't a fellow ever once prefer a girl who's merely me? What's the matter with a man? What's the matter with a man? What's the matter with a man?
I do hope that son of mine is behaving himself.
Oh, yes, Your Majesty. He's been a perfect gentleman.
Chip off the old block, is he?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Clearly he's smitten with you. I must say, it's as though you've appeared here by magic.
What's he saying to her?
What difference does it make? You said you weren't going to find the girl of your dreams tonight. Do we know your mother and father, dear?
Oh, I don't think so.
Then you must introduce us. Where are they?
Well, my father, he...
Yes, dear?
Well, my mother, I'm sorry, will you excuse me?
What did you say to her?
I think she's lovely, don't you?
A little high-strung.
A little.
Who is that?
Lionel, darling.
Oh.
It's not midnight yet.
I want to go now.
Oh, so you're just giving up?
I'm not what they think I am.
All they're thinking is that you're the most beautiful girl at the ball. And you are.
You're still here.
Yes. I was just...
Please. I don't know what my parents said to you, but I apologize.
Oh, no, they were wonderful. Compared to my family.
I want to meet your family.
No, you don't.
Everyone in your life.
No, really, you don't.
That bad, huh?
Well, they didn't want me to come here tonight.
Well, I'm glad you did. To tell you the truth, I almost didn't come myself.
Well, how can the prince not show up at his own ball?
Don't you think it's a little medieval? Everyone's circling around as if I were some prize bull they were trying to rope in. Go ahead and laugh. But this is serious. If I'm going to spend the rest of my life with someone, well, she's got to be...
Well, she's got to be exciting.
I guess.
But sweet.
Not that sweet.
And your devoted servant forever and ever.
Servants I've got. What I need is someone I can really talk to. You know what I wish?
You know, the trouble with most people is they sit around wishing for something to happen instead of just doing something about it.
You're right. May I ask you a question?
Of course.
Do you think it's possible to meet someone and know in an instant that she's the one?
It's very possible.
I feel so strange. Like I'm not myself, or maybe it's just with you I really am myself. Not the self that people expect me to be, but the real self that I'm not making any sense, am I?
Actually, you're making perfect sense to me. That's what's so scary.
Scary and confusing and wonderful, all at the same time. Do I love you because you're beautiful, or are you beautiful because I love you? Am I making believe I see in you a girl too lovely to be really true? Do I want you because you're wonderful, or are you wonderful because I want you? Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream, or are you really as beautiful as you seem?
Maybe you're imagining me. And maybe I'm imagining you too.
Am I making believe I see in you a man too perfect to be really true? Do I want you because you're wonderful, or are you wonderful because I want you?
Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream, or are you really as wonderful as you seem?
I've always dreamed it would happen like this. And now it really has. I don't ever want this night to end.
Neither do I.
Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream, or are you really as wonderful as you seem?
I can't stay.
What do you mean?
I have to go.
Wait, come back. I don't even know your name.
Your Highness, what is it?
Chris, don't let her get away.
Your Highness, you simply must.
Do I want you because you're wonderful,
Or are you wonderful because I want you?
are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream, or are you really as wonderful as you seem?
a dream.
Well, did any of you get to dance with the prince?
I danced about an hour with him.
An hour?
Didn't you?
Well, of course I did. If you did.
I wouldn't be surprised if the prince chose one of you for his bride.
Oh, that sounds too good to be true. Did you know everyone at the ball?
Everyone who's anyone. Except some princess something or other. I never did quite catch her name.
A princess? Did she dance with a prince?
I didn't notice.
Do you think he liked her?
And, what, pray tell, have you been doing all night, Cinderella?
I've been dreaming mostly of what it would have been like to be at the ball.
She couldn't possibly dream what it was like unless she was there.
You simply can't imagine.
Well, I imagine that there's a grand staircase, candles everywhere, and an orchestra playing.
It looks that way.
The way you say.
She talks as if she knows.
I do not know that this is so. I only just suppose. I suppose that when you come into the ballroom and the room itself is floating in the air, if you're suddenly confronted by His Highness, you are frozen like a statue on the stair. You're afraid you'll hear the way your heart is beating, and you know you mustn't make the first advance. You are seriously thinking of retreating. Then you seem to hear Him asking you to dance.
When you walk with him, you whirl around so that your feet never touch the floor.
That's right, they don't.
And it makes you feel like you weigh nothing at all.
That's right, it does.
And then for a few precious moments, you're the only two people in the entire world.
A lovely night, a lovely night, a finer night you know you'll never see. You meet your prince, a charming prince, as charming as a prince will ever be. The stars in a hazy heaven tremble above you while he's whispering, darling, I love you. You say goodbye, away you fly, but on your lips you keep a kiss. All your life you'll dream of this lovely, lovely night.
A lovely night.
How lovely.
A lovely night.
How lovely.
A finer night you know you'll never see.
How lovely.
You meet
Your prince.
a charming
prince.
As charming as a prince will ever be. The stars in a hazy heaven
Tremble above you.
while he is whispering.
darling, I love you.
You say goodbye, away you fly.
But on your lips you keep a kiss.
All your life you'll dream of this
Lovely, lovely night.
Stop this! Worst nonsense I ever heard. Rubbish and drivel.
But Mother.
And you listening to her, hanging on her every word.
But Mother!
Enough! Go to your room, it's late. And you, by the thought of you dancing with the prince, it's preposterous.
Why? Why is it so hard for you to imagine?
Because you're common, Cinderella. Your mother was common, and so are you. Oh, you can wash your face and put on a clean dress, but underneath you'll still be common. That a prince would even consider taking you for his bride, it's laughable.
My father.
Your father was weak. He spoiled you rotten. He filled your head with silly thoughts and dreams that'll never come true. Never. clean this place up. It's a sty.
Father, I know I promised that I'd never leave here. But after tonight, I don't see how I can stay. If you only knew how she's changed, you'd understand. I deserve better, Father. I deserve to be loved. And that's what I found out tonight. And that's all that really matters.
My dream came true. Away I flew, but on my lips he left a kiss. All my life I'll dream of this lovely, lovely night.
Cinderella, if you really love him, why don't you let him know?
How can I? Look at me.
Do you really think he fell in love with your fancy gown and your pretty braids?
I don't know anymore. I mean, if you hadn't helped me...
You didn't need my help. You just thought you did. Believe in yourself, Cinderella, and trust him to love you as you really are.
Chris, you've been up all night. Come and have something to eat.
I can't. I can't eat or rest until I've found her again.
Chris, they've been searching everywhere, not a trace of her. You may never find her.
Don't say that. I will find her. I've got to.
Before last night, you didn't know a thing about her. And you don't know anything about her now.
Except that she's beautiful. And all the girls last night were equally beautiful.
I don't want to hear about anyone else, Mother. She's not like the others. She's different than any other girl I've ever met.
But how can you know that after one night?
Are you making believe you see in her a girl too lovely to be really true? Do you love her because she's wonderful? Or is she wonderful because you love her? Is she the sweet invention of a lover's dream? Or is she really as wonderful as she seems?
All my life, I've been searching for something. And I finally found it. In her.
Well then, you must find her. Keep looking, Chris, for as long as it takes.
Your Highness, I'm afraid I don't have very good news to report. No one seems to know who she is or where she's from.
Lionel, she's out there somewhere. And I'm going to search every inch of this kingdom until I find her.
A shoe made out of glass? Who dances in glass shoes?
We're going to try this slipper on the foot of every young woman in the kingdom until we find her. I'm going to marry her, do you understand?
Do as he says, Lionel.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And the dearest love in all the world is waiting somewhere for me, is waiting somewhere, somewhere for me.
I'd know that slipper anywhere. You see? It fits perfectly.
Calliope, honestly, anyone can see that that slipper was made for a daintier foot. What happened to it? You shrunk it. It fit perfectly at the ball.
Miss, His Highness is very weary, and I think it is obvious that he is... Are there any other women in the house?
Oh, why, yes. There's one more. Move over.
I mean, are there any other young women in the house?
How young?
Younger than you.
Impossible.
And it's cutting off my circulation. Get it off me. Off. Pull it harder, you imbecile, harder.
Madam, there's no need for name calling. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2.
What's the matter with you people? A blind man could tell it wasn't going to fit my foot.
Are you certain there's no one else here?
No, not a soul.
No one, Your Highness.
Not even a servant girl.
Those doors, where do they lead to?
What doors?
The ones right behind you.
Doors. These doors. Why didn't you say? There's nothing behind these doors.
I'd like to see for myself, please.
Oh, it's just like any other kitchen. A few pots and pans, a couple of mice.
Step aside, madam.
Take one of my daughters, Your Highness. I beg of you. Calliope has charm and elocution. She's really much smarter than she looks. And Minerva, that girl's as strong as an ox. And cultured. Why, she's memorized the wreck of the Hesperus in 3 languages. 4, if you count Pig Latin.
Madam, I command you to stop this foolishness this instant. Come along, Lionel. Just like those royals, isn't it? Not caring if they're in anybody's way.
Well, I'm sure they were going somewhere very important.
What did you say your name was?
Cinderella?
Cinderella. I like it.
It grows on you, I guess.
May I?
Quiet, woman.
Impossible. Things are happening every day. in you. Now you're hearing something new. Someone playing the music in you. Now you're living, you know why. Now there's nothing you won't try. Move a mountain, light the sky, make a wish come true. There is music in you. Now you can go wherever you want to go. Now you can do whatever you want to do. Now you can be whatever you want to be. And love is the song you'll sing your whole life through. Move a mountain, light the sky, make a wish come true. There is music in you.
Thank you.